Just over a week since lobstermen had to officially remove their traps from a nearly 1,000 square mile area of the Gulf of Maine. But the battle over new federal restrictions to protect the North Atlantic right whale is far from over.
This is an issue that we have been talking about a lot. But what does it really mean for the future of an endangered species and for the state's iconic lobster industry? News Center Maine's Zach Blanchard takes a deeper look.
Pat and Cindy, these new regulations come during what some consider to be peak lobstering season. Taking a look at the last year's data, lobstermen statewide actually brought in the most consistently from July through October when it was highest, before declining through December and January. And as fishermen say they stand to lose millions, conservationists say they stand to lose a species. It's 3:30 in the morning, and Richard Larrabee and his team are headed to work.
Well, good. It's going to be a good morning.
He's been fishing these waters off of Stonington since he was 12.
Another day, just another day.
With nothing but radar guiding him and the lights of the competition in the distance, Larrabee's sternmen gear up for a grueling 12-hour day ahead. Because when the sun rises above the horizon, it's time to start hauling traps. But the catch isn't all that's on Larrabee's mind.
They've closed an area for no reason.
Today, his boat, Rock Bottom, is just outside an area he's been forced out of in recent weeks as the battle over new federal restrictions has gotten more and more intense. And for about 150 fishermen like Larrabee, personal.
It's too bad that, Maine fishermen are really getting a bad rap, and they're all stressed. They've been pushed back. Where do you go? What do you do?
The closed area he's talking about is a strip of ocean starting about 30 miles offshore and covering some 967 square miles. It has been ordered closed by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, each year from October 18th through January 31st. All to protect one of the world's most endangered species, the North Atlantic right whale.
Frankly, we think that the agency should have done even more.
Krista Monsell with the Center for Biological Diversity estimates fewer than 360 right whales remain on the planet. Her organization is taking legal action to demand the feds take even more aggressive steps to prevent future whale deaths.
Getting gear out of important whale habitat will save whales and help promote the recovery of this critically imperiled species.
According to NOAA scientists, the biggest threat to the North Atlantic right whales are ship strikes and entanglements. But what does that mean? Well, according to the experts, the right whale swims into the lines, connecting the buoy to the lobster traps on the ocean floor. The whale can then spin into the traps, only getting stuck more and sometimes dragging the gear for miles. They say in many cases it causes serious injury and even death. The big question for the lobstermen out here, though, is just how many right whales are actually in these waters. NOAA says tracking right whales isn't easy, but this shows the number of sightings by air and water from 2013 to 2017. Many are off the coast of Massachusetts and New Brunswick, while fewer are off the Maine coast, right near the federal closure zone.
So how many of those entanglements are actually because of Maine lobster gear?
The exact number of whales that are getting entangled in the Gulf of Maine is unknown, but what we do know is these whales are dying, the species is spiraling toward extinction, entanglements are the #1 cause, and there are tons and tons and tons of lines in these important habitat areas.
So what's the solution? Well, some say it's time for lobstermen to go ropeless.
I see this as a tremendous opportunity.
Zach Cliver runs Blue Planet Strategies, a company that's testing these systems with Maine fishermen. They essentially work by using wireless technology to signal gear to the surface, cutting down or even eliminating vertical lines. The problem? It's expensive, and many lobstermen say it just won't work. Even still, Cliver says with more buy-in and government support, it can be done.
If we can bring the cost down and we can continue to work with them, then they're guaranteed to be able to fish and we'll save the whales.
Back on board Rock Bottom, Larrabee and his crew are calling it a day. 12 hours, 400 traps, and a whole lot of lobster for the weigh-in. But the weight of this controversy and the ongoing debate is not going away anytime soon.
The laws made sense You know, I think fishermen would be fine with it, but it makes zero sense. It's not just high living I'm worried about.
Now, NOAA declined our request for an interview, but when we asked about how they determined to close this area, they shared a statement saying in part, because we lack information on exactly where interactions occur, we use areas of high co-occurrence of right whales and fishing gear as a way to identify areas of high entanglement potential. We also consider the type of gear in determining the risk of a serious entanglement that would cause mortality or serious injury. Guys.
Thank you, Zach.